Hey, hi and hello everyone. So we are back in the percentage of a quantity part B. So as normal, Mr. Firdaus here. So based on the topic, you know that this is part B. So I believe all of you have watched part A. Now part A was the easier kind of questions. Okay, all of it was a multiple of hundreds, right? But now we are going to find percentage of a quantity based on numbers that are not a multiple of 100. Now, let's move on straight away to the question. First, we try using 10%. Now, 10% of, let's say I give you 1, 2, 3. So, what I want you to know here is, for you to get 10%, you have to divide the number by 10. Okay, is that clear? You have to divide the number by 10. So basically, how you divide the number? So 1, 2, 3, you want to divide by 10. Okay, wait, you want to divide by 10. So how is it done? Okay, remember, like we did it before this. Okay, dividing 10 meaning you move the decimal to the left. So where is the decimal at the number 1, 2, 3? Good, it's behind the 3. So you move to the left. How many times? 1 time, because it's only 1 0. So 1 time to the left. So that would be your new decimal. So your answer would be 12.3. So 10% of 123 is equal to 12.3. I hope that's clear. So now you know that 10% of 123 is 12.3. If let's say you have a follow-up question that still uses the number, for example, find 30% of 123. Okay, you already knew that. Okay, I put it up here. So you already knew that 10% is equal to 12.3. For you to get 30%, we did this last year. I don't know if you remember or not. So from 10% to 30%, you had to multiply by 3, because 10 times 3 is 30. So same goes here. 12.3 you times with 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. So decimal same place. So your answer should be 36.9. Okay, was I too fast? Okay, so if I was too fast, let's continue doing another example. I'll just get rid of this question first. Okay, I'll just erase. So just remember, to get 10%, you have to divide by 10. That is the keyword for this part B. Alright, for the part B here, I am focusing on getting 10%. So as I said, to get 10%, you have to divide the number by 10. Okay, you have to divide by 10. So this is the key here. It's okay, I know it's a bit difficult to do, because we are still doing examples. Okay, so no worries. So let's continue with another example. Now let's say if my question is 10% of 242. Like I said, if you wanted 10%, you have to divide the number by 10. Okay, you have to divide the number by 10. How do you divide? You move the decimal. Good. Where's the decimal? It's a whole number, so it's behind the 2, and you move one step to the left. Why? Because you're dividing by 10, you're having 1 0. So now, meaning your answer is 10% of 242 is 24.2. Okay, once you get this, if you remember, it's okay. If you want to label it, also can. Now let's say you label it. we label it as 10% equals to 24.2. Now let's say if you have another question that uses the same number, asking you to get how much is 20% of 242. 20% of 242. Now you already knew how much was 10%. So for you to get 20%, the easiest way for you to do is you compare the number here. Okay, so 10% to 20, you multiply it by 2. So same goes to the answer, 24.2. To get 20%, you multiply by 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, decimal, don't forget. 4 times 2 is 8, and 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so your answer is 48.4. Alright, this is 48.4. It will be the same for any kind of number. Okay, any kind of number. So if you notice, the numbers that I use are all non-zeros. All of them are non-zeros. Because why? I wanted to give you the sense of having a decimal number. Now let's say I give you an example using 3-digit numbers, but now I'm using a 2-digit with 1 0. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Okay, so this is the question. Same, I will always start with 10% to make it easier. So 10% of 150. So 2 digits are not 0, 1 digit is 0. So now this would be easier. Why? Now let's see. Okay, 10% of 150 is how much? You have to divide by 10. So when you divide by 10, you have to move the decimal to the left. Where's the decimal? It's a whole number, so it's behind the 0. So move to the left, right? So now your 10% of 150 will be 15. So if let's say you are asked to get 50%. Oh no. This one is a bit easy. Let's say you are asked to get 60%. Okay, 60%. So looking at the number here, you know that your number or your answer is 10% is 15. So using the same number, 60% of 150, your answer should get, so from 10% to 60%, you multiply by 6. So your answer here also you should multiply by 6. Okay, so 15 times 6 is how much? Okay, working here, 15 times 6, 5 times 6 is 30, 1 times 6 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9. So your answer is 90. So the key rule of this topic is for you to get the value of a 10%. That is the key to this part B, percentage of a quantity. Okay, it's not that I don't want you to use the normal way. Now let's say I tell you the normal way. Okay, we just part this into another half. So now let's say I ask you to do like this. 60% of 150. Okay, so you have to do 60 over 100, then off 150. You have to divide this. Then you only learn how to divide multiple of 100 divided by 100. So then we will have trouble. So for my suggestion, if you're having this kind of number, which is 150, or any 3-digit numbers that are not multiple of 100, I suggest you to get used to how to get 10%. Okay, how to get 10%. I hope that is clear. So for year 6, you may start doing your worksheet 43. Sorry, is it worksheet 43? No, worksheet 44. Okay, this is for year 6. So for year 6, can start doing worksheet 44. Percentage of a quantity. Okay, for year 6 you have to watch part A and part B. Alright, so you will conclude this topic. It's okay, as usual, you may ask me during the online class how to do it. I will try to navigate you guys how to do it. Okay, so don't worry also, this video is available for you to watch. You can watch it multiple times if you need some more practices. Okay, just remember, part A was all multiple of 100, while part B were 3-digit numbers that are not zero. Okay, not zero, meaning not a multiple of 100. Okay, so that you get the hang of it. So thank you, class. You may proceed with your worksheet.